Hey, my name's Caleb. It's September 9th, 2025. And I wanted to talk about the concept of single file web apps. I was asking Grok and ChatGPT, what do you call a web app that is just a single, fully self contained HTML file with no external dependencies and no server components? And um, so a single page app isn't sufficient because obviously, like Gmail is considered a single page app, right? Because it doesn't go from page to page whenever you need click buttons or submit forms, like in the old web days. So a single page app it is a single page app, but that category is far too broad. So maybe a self-contained SPA, um, but that's still, I don't know. Um, does that mean maybe that means it's all purely static HTML. But what about if you have a web app that is just a single HTML file? So no images, no external images, no external CSS, no external JavaScript. Um, and the big advantage here is this is essentially, I would like to argue, the most portable form of software that is available today. So, the most portable and the most durable. Um, I've been working in the software industry for about 20 years, and the most annoying problem to me is when software becomes unusable because of maybe the operating system had breaking changes, and now the application won't work. Maybe you're on a new CPU architecture like an M1 instead of an Intel, like has happened with a lot of my software on the Mac. Um, or different libraries that you're depending upon have breaking changes. Like there was the famous JavaScript pad left or whatever module where people anyway. Um, so I hate when there's just a stupid little dependency or something causes a breaking change. Anyway, okay, so like web makes that a lot more durable because things like HTML and JavaScript, while new features are being added, basically all browsers maintain backward compatibility. Um, and so web apps are a very durable platform, except that most of the time there's a server component, and then your application working is no longer dependent just on your computer working. It's also the server computers working and all of the computers for the internet to work in between. So a lot of external dependencies. And if you're linking to different JavaScript files, especially if you're doing them on like a CDN or some kind of you're just hot downloading them from other web URLs. If any of those libraries ever get compromised, and I come from a hacking background, do DEF CON stuff and all that. If any of those dependencies are hacked, your app can then be hacked, and anyone who uses it is now potentially being spied upon, or who knows what could be happening. So anyway, if you have everything fully self-contained into a single HTML file, then there is nothing. It's the most durable and usable piece of software. Because one thing is, if it's just a single HTML file with everything built in. So if there's JavaScript code, just have the JavaScript code copied in. If there's CSS, that's fine. Have the CSS copied into the HTML file. So it's a single file. And then you can even run the web app offline. So I have two examples that I wrote. One is called Hypervault. And I wrote this like 10 years ago. You can see the source over here on GitHub. But this is actually, So it's a file encryption app, a very, very simple file encryption app. And so you can, if I have a file like this, and I want to maybe encrypt it so that it's stored securely on my computer, or if I want to send it to someone over the internet, who knows what the security might be like. Now, so it's password protected, right? So you can select as many files as you want, and then I'm going to use the password fuzzy, and you can see if the passwords don't match, and I'm going to lock the vault. And there's 3 separate ciphers to do encryption. So it's very simple, but it should be very secure. And I want to just show you what it outputs. What it outputs is actually let me open my download. This is this file here, locked hypervault3.html. I'm going to rename it quasar encrypted, or as I like to say, vault. So you can see it's 4.2 megabytes. The file I actually included was this one here. So 2.3 of that, is the data, because this HTML file actually contains both a copy of the Hypervault software with no external dependencies, and an encrypted copy of your data that's built in. So here, if we open this file, you can see the URL. It's just a file in my downloads. Remember, the password was fuzzy. Let's say I do a capital F, and it won't work. Fuzzy. All right. Unlock vault. Oh no, it's worked. Oh, yeah. See, wrong password. Fuzzy. Put the right password in. And you can see the image, and we can download it. Quasar11, great name. But also the original Hypervault. Let's just reload this. This whole thing, this whole web page, file, save page as. I'm going to call it my Hypervault, HTML only web page, right? And here we are, my Hypervault. So I'm going to close this down now, and then open this. And as you can see, this is running right here on. It's just a file on my desktop. In fact, I'm going to turn off the internet here and just show you. So the internet's off, right? Open this up, and as you can see, this is a fully usable app. Fuzzy, right? And it's so like, this is what I would use if I was in a very high risk scenario and I absolutely wanted to make sure my encryption was good. Because the thing is, this is like Hypervault is because it's all a completely self-contained app. I mean, I can give you the MD5s. It's not changed for like 9 years, and you can run it disconnected from the internet, so you can be not worried that the JavaScript is sending out your location or grabbing data, anything like that. Okay, so just one other single, I think we called it single file web app. By the way, this isn't like even on Wikipedia. Oh yeah, I'm not on the internet. Anyway, one other single file web app I want to show is called fuzzygraph.com. It's a new graphing math art tool. And if I click download, it's even got a little download, and I've done this before, but I'm going to rename this to our fuzzy graph. Okay, so this is now a file. Again, I'm not on the internet. I'm going to open this. And so fuzzy graph by default loads the equation for the circle, but you can change it, right? We can make it y equals x squared What's that gonna do? We can put the fuzziness down, up the fuzziness. Anyway, so this app, again, it's just running locally. It's this um, fully self-contained app, and you can go on here, for example, and you can even, see, I'll save this file. So, and just I'm all about simplicity and compatibility, but so let's save this graph. But so this is cool. Like, so let me go. I'm going to close this down. Close down fuzzy graph. And our fuzzy graph. I'm going to open the file. Open fuzzy graph again. And I'm going to open. Where was that? Where's that file we just saved? Ah, this one. I can open this file. And it actually just loads the same equation in there. And you can play around with it, you know. And ultimately, it's able to do that because it encodes the graph config data in the PNG file as kind of in the metadata section. Anyway, simplicity. But again, this is just a fully self-contained graphing app that will work if you're disconnected from the internet. And Hypervault also same thing. But anyway, I think that I just want to advocate for these kinds of web apps. This is kind of the opposite of like the censorship kind of grab all your data, invade your privacy kind of thing that has been going on. This is the exact opposite of that, and I think more of this kind of thing. Like I said, maybe I'll try to create a Wikipedia page because there's not even a Wikipedia page for single file web app. I just think it's a cool way to do software. It's the most. Anyone's welcome to debate me on this, but I believe that this would be the most portable, durable software packaging building platform that is in existence. Maybe if we don't include biological software like DNA.